Have you ever heard about sarin gas and what it does for people? As long as you watch this video, you are looking for the answer. We will tell you the whole truth. Just we ask you for a simple request: if you benefit from this video, please share it with your friends. In terms of human rights and all not being fair in love or war, understanding sarin may help a bit in framing discussions of morality as the US considers putting more lives into the fray. Broadly, it's war legit to land a bullet in someone's spine or genitals, but not to poison them. Meanwhile, the US is force-feeding Guantanamo detainees with tubes down their noses. What makes sarin a red line? On April 22, 1915, in Belgium, the German army killed or injured 5,000 Allied soldiers by releasing 150 tons of chlorine gas. That is regarded as the first modern use of large-scale chemical warfare, though the concept goes back to snake venom-tipped arrows in the Stone Age. By 1937, German chemist Gerhard Schrader had developed an insecticide that the Nazis soon realized was a more toxic agent than chlorine gas, sarin. They did not use it in World War II, though, reportedly because they understood its potential and feared retaliation in kind. In 1988, around 5,000 Kurds died at Halabja after Iraq used both sarin and sulfur mustard. Sarin further became a household name after the 1995 Tokyo subway attack, in which the religious cult Om Shinrikyo used sarin to kill 12 people and harm thousands more. So, what does sarin do to our bodies? Sarin is unique in potency but not in the mechanism. There are other drugs, pesticides, and plants that work the same way. They are called cholinesterase inhibitors. Our nerves talk to each other by releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters. The amount of a particular neurotransmitter helps determine whether a nerve fires or not. What so-called nerve agents do is alter those neurotransmitters. They kink the signaling between our nerves, telling them to do things they normally do, but with altered frequency. After a neurotransmitter has done its job, delivered its message, an enzyme usually comes along and demolishes it. But nerve agents block those enzymes. The enzyme can't break down the neurotransmitter, so the neurotransmitter stays around and keeps giving its message. If that message was, say, to release a little water onto your eye because your eye was dry, now the repeated message becomes, make your eyes water uncontrollably. The action seems pretty benign on paper. But as acetylcholine builds up in our bodies, we become extremely uncomfortable and die. We are killed by the accumulation of our own normal neurotransmitter telling our own nerves to do the normal things they normally do, just in excess. One could draw an analogy to cancer. In this case, though, neurotransmitters live and die on an order of milliseconds, so it happens in a flash. Within seconds of exposure to sarin gas, or liquid, which evaporates easily, we start to notice the immediate effects of acetylcholine buildup. First, our smooth muscles and secretions go crazy. The nerves to those areas keep firing, keep telling them to go. The nose runs, the eyes cry, the mouth drools and vomits, and bowels and bladder evacuate themselves. It is not a dignified state. Since sarin has no smell or taste, the person may very well have no idea what's going on. Their chest tightens, vision blurs. If the exposure was great enough, that can progress to convulsions, paralysis, and death within 1 to 10 minutes. If the exposure was not enough to kill them, though, the person should recover pretty quickly and completely. It is not the sort of agent that leaves people blind and infertile and glowing green. The US military also has a lotion that can be applied immediately after exposure, reactive skin decontamination lotion, to good effect, among other antidotes. Most people exposed to sarin do not die. A large exposure is not a death sentence. This is all chilling. Chemical weapons have connotations of being unnatural and disturbing in ways beyond the mechanical brutality of guns, tanks, and bombs. Deploying sarin in a civilian setting or on massive scales can be catastrophic. In war, though, where there is already so much horrifying violence, should this weapon in itself necessarily be a red line that escalates international involvement? In the end, we wish safety to the world. See you in a later video. Have a good day.